Do me a favor, if you can go on the Powerhouse YouTube channel and see if this is streaming properly, if you can hear me talk and see my screen.
Yeah, well,
On my, what's it called, phone, it shows it's working, so. Hey Jalen, I see that you're on the stream. Can you see my screen and hear me everything clearly? Trying to make sure this is all working. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and it's all working fine. So let me go ahead and share the link out with everyone.
perfect.
First signs of technical difficulties are expected, but now we know that it works like this way. Cool. All right, well, everyone's hopping in. I see, I have the live stream running on my phone as well in case there's any comments or anything. I can take a look. But welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the first Midnight Bag stream on YouTube officially. I know we couldn't do last week, was feeling a bit under the weather, but we're definitely here to run it up. And today with me, you'll get to hear from him in a bit. We got Austin. He's been crushing it, getting payouts, consistently smacking the charts, and has always been a student of the game. He's always been on the call, so definitely wanted to give him some time to shine today and share his perspective on the market. I'm gonna do my part for a little bit. Bear with me if I have to pause and cough for a second, trying to recover from this flu. My part will be pretty quick, and then I'll have Austin share his screen and he'll be able to give his perspective afterwards. So today we had CPI. As far as the news, first thing we always check for the week. Pretty volatile morning for sure, and the indices will definitely review that and how you could have caught the lagging pair for the trade today. For tomorrow, we've got PPI. We'll get some volatility. This 11 o'clock news, maybe some volatility for GDP, but from my experience, not too much. Thursday morning, unemployment claims will get some volatility there as well. And then Friday, we're chilling. So main focus day was obviously today. And then tomorrow and Thursday, we'll get some volatility as well. So we'll go ahead and run it up here. Man, gold is on a crazy rampage. I could potentially see some shorts coming in as we get into the later part of the week. I was eyeing this little trap candle. I just completely forgot to set a alert. Um, if price starts breaking down from this area, we could look at potential shorts down. to just see how structure is breaking down. Don't be super aggressive in it, but I can definitely see this playing out. We've got a nice little engulfing candle with the engulfing volume. So if you are looking at potential shorts, you're looking at inside of this zone, stop loss at this high up here. Just be careful. We do have equal highs, so if you are going to potentially consider taking this, maybe reducing your risk if this is an idea. Would definitely look at this on futures as well, because I just want to make sure the futures have the same thing. All right, so on futures, we don't have equal highs really. But on the normal CFD from data feed, we do. Futures doesn't even have that little trap candle, but CFD does. So we'll see how this plays out. There is a potential idea. Like I said, just try it cautiously. Don't be super aggressive on forcing it. So far it looks okay. I just don't like the fact that we do also have equal highs present. My markup disappeared. But this was the potential zone that we're eyeing here. As far as next areas for buys to continue up, I'm not really gonna look at buys until we get down into this area here. Why? This was the candle that basically took out all the liquidity that's resting here. So ideally we see a buy come out of this area. If you do catch a short, so you're looking at a pretty decent drop because we did not fill this gap for market open earlier today. We just gapped up and then left this behind. So if you can find some shorts, it's looking pretty good so far. So if anyone did take it, you are in some profit when I said you could have attempted inside of here. And personally, what I do is when I'm counter trending, I tend to be a bit more aggressive with how I manage my break even rules. So do what your plan says. As this starts breaking down, I can definitely see this getting taken out for sure. If we break this low where price is currently at right here, I can definitely see us coming down even further to the gap. So we'll let market do its thing. No rush. We still got London session volatility. So we'll let that do its thing. Let's take a look at silver as well. Silver has definitely been a lot more bullish than gold. I was just comparing the two. Silver definitely tends to push up more aggressively versus gold will have like a deeper pullbacks. Silver also has its gap from Sundays, so I'm keeping an eye on that. We're due for a decent drop. We did finally hit $90. So, like I said with gold, I'm not going to be super aggressive on forcing sells. Silver is breaking down a little bit more than gold right now. I like that we did also generate equal lows on silver, so area of liquidity to take out and then further go down. Just a matter of if silver holds its zone. Because if silver pushes up, if we compare where silver is at with gold, I can see gold potentially taking out these highs and then dropping in case silver wants to push up a little bit higher. So just be cautious there in terms of how you're managing your positions. For indices, these things were on a chaotic move today for sure. Um, Dow was definitely the more aggressive one to drop first. If we look at here, you guys can clearly see the price action. Something I want to do like a side by side for a learning point of view, um, uh, especially for those that trade indices. I think this is definitely going to be helpful. What I recommend doing in the morning is have all three open if you can. Then you can see how each of them is moving. If you compare time frames and how price action was moving, Dow definitely was the more aggressive seller today after CPI came out. CPI just pushed up, cleared out any pre-sellers, did the same thing on NASDAQ as well. And if you compare where NAS was at, let me move my timing. At 640, NAS was up here, right at this candle. At 640 for Dow, were already down here, and then SPX was doing the same thing. So if we see that structure is breaking down on one indice, chances are, and that price has reason and motive to come down. It was unfortunate that price wanted to push all the way up here, but it literally did that. So the way you could have played this inside of here for anyone who likes your trap candles, this was your entry right inside of here. I got in around this candle here. Um, uh, Crazy wick hit me at break even and then proceeded to run after that. I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. But it did, was able to snag something inside of here before I got hit out. But this was your trap candle entry. You can even look at volume. Let me go back to single charts. You can see even though price starts trending up here, as Dow is crashing, the volume wasn't really there for the buys. We weren't steadily increasing. So even if you missed this, you could have still attempted somewhere inside of here. You had your candle right here actually to get in again. Price pop back up. Could have potentially played something inside of there as you saw structure break down. I still see downside on indices. The only thing is I would just be cautious and let PPI dictate first because we have generated equal highs here. We have the imbalance here. So for me personally, I would like to see one more pop up first. Kind of want to see what price action does inside of here. If we can hold inside of here and then that little trap candle right here, come down and fill the imbalance. If we fill the imbalance here, then this is one potential area I will consider looking for buys tomorrow to take this back up. Zoom out here. We did clear out the equal highs up here. Yep. This area I definitely want to see. Plus, it lines up with my hourly trap candle entry as well. So this is something I'm keeping out for buys on NAS. The sells, I'm just gonna I want to see liquidity get taken out first because kind of similar to what happened this morning is we had pre-London sellers, sorry, London, yeah, pre-London and going into London sellers here. They get taken out with the news and then price dumps. So I want to see that happen again with PPI. Price pushes up and then we dump down. US 30, definitely want to see this thing drop all the way down to this is one potential zone over here. And then I want to see if this area holds and then us continue buying up. Right now, as far as an area to sell, US 30 is one I kind of want to stay out of because we're so far up from this range. Yeah, this is definitely a potential sell area, but we're also where we're in the middle of the range. I don't like playing in the middle of the range. I rather let price tell me like, hey, I'm gonna go one direction first, before I get in and I get caught in this chop. We do have our big wick here. We also talk about big wicks get taken out. I still definitely see this getting taken out and on us come rebalance everything to the left here. SPX, let's see what we got here. SPX is still trending a little bit higher than NAS for sure right now. Same thing. Honestly, I think I like NAS the best setup. I'm still in favor of more downside. I just think NAS has a better setup. I don't see this area holding for SPX, primarily because we got equal lows here, and my rules say like when I have an area right next to equal lows, I'm more hesitant on taking that setup because my data shows that I get stopped out more often because of the liquidity. So the trap candle doesn't always work when there's liquidity next to it, and that's something I've had to learn the hard way basically, and just like reflect from my data. So personally, I will be looking at Nasdaq mainly tomorrow. Let's see if we have any potential entries for XPX. No, to be honest, I just want to see a sweep up first, take out anyone trying to pre-sell, um, uh, and then a short down. I don't like being in this middle of the range. This low will definitely get taken out because market has motive. If you can catch this short, you're writing it down to easily inside this imbalance. And then as we break lower, Well, it really depends on what Dow is doing because Dow has more room to drop. If Dow is leading the drop, then you can definitely continue holding your shorts on the other indices. Maybe today does what, oh, sorry, tomorrow does what Dow did today in terms of Dow being the leader. Let me just take a quick look at oil. This thing is starting to finally run. We did force some equal highs, so definitely can see that getting cleared out. I would like to see if oil can kind of come back into this little trap candle here and then us continue to go higher. Pretty tight stop below this low, and then continue higher to potentially go to 69, $70. Um, the volume's coming in nicely, so this is something I would look at for oil here. At least 65 for sure. We got the imbalance here, and then after that, thing up here. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Everything looks pretty solid, how things are building. I thought we would finally break below 54, but looks like we might actually hold up here. So keep an eye on that. As far as the dollar, interesting, dollar trending up and gold trending up too. So sometimes I know we always talk about the correlation stuff. That's not always the case. Like we always talk about, oh, dollar down, other pairs going up and vice versa. But this case, dollar's been trending up here. Gold has been trending up as well. So just be cautious of that when you're trading with gold and any other pairs. Generally, it's more reliable, definitely on the other pairs. But gold sometimes has those odd abnormalities for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Austin for now. I'm gonna scour some of the other pairs. And then if I see anything, I'll definitely hop on after Austin's done and share. If you guys have any markups, feel free to drop it in the YouTube chat link. We can always take a look. If you're part of the Powerhouse group, you can always send it there and just let me know in the chat that you sent it there, and I can always take a look on my phone. I do have the chat open. And let me go ahead and allow permission to share. I'm gonna stop my sharing. Austin, are you able to share your screen?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just to
Can you
make
see
sure I
my
can
screen?
see. Give me 1 second. Hopefully this works out. I can't currently see your screen. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Now it caught up. You're good. I can see your screen.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Go for it.
What's up, guys? How are y'all? Um, I wasn't really looking at anything crazy. I have a few markups that I've done. I have a few things that I'm looking at. Um, but yeah, I mean, the market, Bhavik trades a little bit different than I do. Bhavik trades much smaller time frames. Um, and I've just found that I just don't do very well on small time frames. I get mixed up on just yeah, there's just too much, just way too much on the small time frames. Plus, I like trading way too much, and if I'm in the smaller time frames, I'm definitely gonna lose all my money. So um, we just don't do that, guys. But I was looking at this area. Um, Mostly because if y'all don't know, I trade the J7 strategy with Nina, and it's a little bit different. It basically focuses on like your daily structure levels, basically meaning like your swing high and swing low. Um, and so like this is my extension. This is my most recent extension, but this is where USD JPY has been. And since we're so close and we've already broken these previous structures, this is obviously the area I would look. Um, so that's why I have it there. But looking in closer, you can see that USDJPY has just continued to rally, failed to break below. So this is like my structure for guys, and I'm really just looking for USDJPY to kind of pull back, and give me a buy rejection here, and I'm gonna pull the trigger once it comes into this zone. Once I see a rejection, that's what I'm looking for, at least on USDJPY. And then I was looking at NZD as well, guys. NZD has been, kind of weird. Just been sitting here between like it made this massive push up. I don't even remember what this was. I knew it was like a huge news event for something with like all dollar pairs, but like it pushed up aggressively, and we just kind of slowly been coming down to grab that area. And obviously, we can't just continue all the way down without at least building some structure. So I mean, this is the area I'm looking at for NZD because of that 4 hour. Because I only trade based off of like the 4 hour structure, guys. So like, I'm not looking at 1 hour entries. My 1 hour like entry zones are based off of the 4 hours. So like these two zones are oh wrong there. Sorry, guys. Um, these two zones are based off of this 4 hour because we pushed up, right? We pushed up and we made this higher high, made this higher low, right? But I went down to that 1 hour and I saw that we made this massive, massive candle, right? And we are continuing to the downside. So I want to see if NZD will give me a rejection within this area. If not, and we continue to push up, then I'll leave it alone until we get a little bit further up here to see a little bit more rejection. Um, does anyone have anything they want me to go over before I start rambling? Because I'm just going to keep rambling about other pairs that I've marked up. I'll see people in here. Does anyone have anything they want me to look at?
I can keep it on
If not,
the
I
live chat
mean,
for you, bro,
this is a.
while you do your thing.
Say what?
I'll keep an eye on the live chat for you. If anyone has anything, I'll definitely chime in and let you know.
Okay. So I went to the Grand Sesh tonight in Grand Prairie, and this is something that me and Gio were looking at. I was looking at it based off of Euro, where it's at right now. It is in a weird spot, but like on the daily, we didn't break below this. We actually pushed aggressively with a bullish candle. So I went down to the 4 hour and saw that like my rule, it's also Geo's rule, but I learned it from Geo, is like I want to see the market break multiple structures, not just one structure. So like this for me is not multiple structures. For me, this is one structure. This is a structure. This is a structure, and we had this aggressive move up on Euro. So I was looking for this area. It's holding up pretty nicely. I want to see if we can't uh, like continue with that bullish effort to the upside, and I might take another position once it comes and gives me another higher low. I think I'm not sure. Bobik was looking at a area on oil. This is the area I'm looking at for oil. I want to see if we can get a nice little push up again on this 4 hour because we're pretty bullish on this side overall. I mean, if we don't hold here, I'd like to see something to fill this gap in here. Um, and then I know none of y'all really trade this. The only other person I think that can trade this is Jalen because he uses the same broker as me, and I think like two other people. But any of y'all, if y'all use CoinX, um, I trade natural gas. I like natural gas. It moves quite crazy, actually. Most people think it doesn't move because it takes a little bit, But I mean, guys, like I'll put it this way: this is on the daily. I started trading this literally when I joined Powerhouse. I started trading this. Where was it? Literally right here, right around $3. And I mean, we moved all the way up to four, all the way back down. I mean, those are moves, guys. Those are, I mean, all the way back up and all the way back. I mean, it gives moves. I'm just saying, guys. So I mean, don't let them fool y'all. Um, on natural gas, I'm not really looking at anything at the particular moment, and the reason why is because on the daily, we made this aggressive move up, and we kind of just in this odd area. You know, we haven't really gone up, really haven't gone down. Um, on the 4 hour, we did break above, but we haven't really done anything. You know, we're just moving sideways. So I have this area right here because I'm kind of just squeezing the market to see what side we decide we want to break out of and continue structure. Um, I really wasn't looking at gold. I was more so looking at because I know you like the wrong one. I know you like to look at gold, but how do I put it? I just don't. I don't know. It's just bullish for me. You know. I mean, if anything, I'd want to see if we can't see a pullback here for higher high, higher low. You know, get a higher low within here, and then continue. If anything, I mean, my like I say, I trade J7, so I mean, I would see. Uh, this would be like one area I'd want to see it come to. And then if I go to the 4 hour, I mean, yeah, pretty much between these two areas, I'd want to see it come and reject on the 15 or the 5 minute. Um, and then on silver, silver is more so what I was looking at. I wanted to see if we couldn't get the market to push back here because of the 4 hour close. Um, and I mean, I was in some sales actually when we like first started the call because this massive drop. I got in here and we made this aggressive move down. I did get hit at break even because I thought we were going to continue, but it's all right because the best part about it is, or didn't get hit break even. Sorry, I got hit in profit. But the best part about J7 is we have two zones that we can take a potential sell off of. I mean, I still do want sales. I want it to start selling off. Not only did the 1 hour, fail, but I just, I think with silver being as bullish as it has been, um, I just think we can continue with sells. So I mean, these areas are still good for me. I want to see if we can't push and if we continue to reject like we're rejecting right now. So if we continue to reject, I'll probably enter one more time because like with J7, this is what I love about it. So from my entry to here, 24 pips. That's, oh my gosh, not that much. And then if I were to go from the other one, other entry, from here to here, 27 pips. You know what I'm saying? So like your stop losses aren't massive. You're trading very very small stop losses. So I mean, if you get head out, it's not like you're losing your entire account, or at least you shouldn't be unless you're over leveraging. I don't know if that's happening. Call me. We'll have another conversation. Um, Also, I know y'all don't look at this, but I'm gonna show y'all anyways. Um, because y'all should trade it. It's amazing. Oh, here's a move on platinum that I totally missed using J7. Um, wow, look at that. Reacted down, came in, reacted up, and it's reacting down again off the same area. Wow, it's crazy. But anyways, let me erase this. Remark this. I do want to see something on platinum happen. Let's see. Well, golly, that's a low floor. That's it's like a massive, massive candle for a floor. Like that doesn't. I don't like it. I like it. And anyways, if y'all wanted to know how I mark it up, I mark it body to wick or as close as I can body to wick, because it's the best option. And what I'm doing here is finding my structure floor. Basically finding, oh, what the heck am I doing? Stop. Um, Finding the area where the market had its most touches, at least on the daily for me, and then I drop down to the 4 hour, and I go, okay, here's where I want my structure floor to be, because look, we didn't break this. We came down, failed to break below. And if we break below here, we're most likely going to come here and then continue. Um, so let me see. I like buys. I mean, I want to buy, obviously. We're, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then, another higher high if we get one. But let me look at those. I mean, we're technically already in the area, but I would have wanted like. And what I'm doing here is I picked my zones based off of like the most touches. So like I would have done there, and then we broke here. Yeah, we broke here. So I would have wanted like something here and then here. Um, and then indices. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all guys. I haven't I haven't marked up indices in a second. Um, I was looking for the buy, and it put quite beautifully actually. Um, I can come up for y'all though, if y'all want. I don't know if anyone wants me to mark up anything. If not, I can show y'all something pretty cool that I've been working on. But we can't tell nobody. Only the 10 people on this call get to see it, and I think I should like Geo, and that was pretty much it. But it's not completely finished. It's something that's a work in progress, and something that obviously once I perfect, I think it'll be pretty nice to share with all the powerhouse, and just kind of make it easier on everybody trading. But I'm in the market. It's early at 1:32 a.m. and I work at 4 in the morning, so y'all know I'm locked in. Cause yeah, your boy should not be up right now. But anyways, um, look at this. So basically, I trade J7, right? So I made a J7 strategy. I coded and made a J7 indicator. Now, the daily time frames need some work. Obviously, it doesn't mark the daily low perfectly, but it does give you and the 4 hour needs some help. But look at this. It gives you 1 hour entries, and look at this entry it gave you. Entry, got in, boom, we hit a daily high. Same thing with silver. It gives you entry, boom, we hit a daily high. And I mean, it works on the majority of the. See, look, we hit 1 hour entry and we're selling off into our buy. So, I mean, I still got some kinks to work out, guys, because even, I mean, look, see, it didn't reprint the day. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say it didn't reprint the daily, but it's supposed to do all these things. It's a work in progress. But, yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much all. Oh, actually, no, that's not all I have. Huh. Y'all almost got me. Almost. So close, so close. I was looking at a few stocks. I know y'all don't really look at stocks. Y'all definitely should, because there's a lot of money to be made in stocks. Um, where was it at? One that I have always been kind of looking at. Oh, I went right past it. Warner Brothers. This is something that I'm personally in. This is something that Junior um, called out in Powerhouse. And I mean, he called it out down here, down here at $7. And we are up, to $30 right now. And you may ask, like, hey, why are you calling it out if we're up $30, right? Well, here's what I could see possibly happening because we have this structure here we're rejecting, right? And we had these gaps. So, I mean, it would suck if we came down here. Well, no, it wouldn't suck. It's just another opportunity to invest. But I really don't want it to come down here. I just want it to take off. But I'm looking at areas around 14, $12, if not 20 or 18 for Warner Brothers um, to get back in because, I mean, guys, one, you'd be kind of dumb not to catch that to 78. But two, Warner Brothers just signed a deal with Netflix, meaning, they gonna get the big old money. Also, one that y'all should keep in mind, and one that actually one of my cousins told me about, AST Space Mobile. And basically, what it is they are sending rockets into space from Midland, actually where I used to live, um, and literally shooting up satellites for phone service. I mean, obviously we already have that, but they're doing it more and more out in like West Texas where there's no phone service, where there's nothing. And so, I mean, guys, this is where, um, hold on, let me turn off the indicator real quick. Down here at $50, this is where my cousin told me to buy in. He was like, hey, and I mean, he does a different kind of stock investing. I mean, he's been doing it for years, but I thought, because I'm in trading, I'm like, well, he's a liar, right? Bro, look at this. We hit right here. And I mean, we're talking literally 50 to $100. It was an insane return. Also, I have no idea what's going on with our watch count because it literally keeps saying that 596 people are watching and then it goes to 8. So if there's 500 people watching, y'all should, lock in with Powerhouse, learn what's good, learn how to trade. Anyways, but the reason I brought this one up, obviously, we're at all time highs. That's crazy, right? But where could I see us coming back into, right? One, one, I want us to, come back into this area right here. One, because, we made a higher high, but we never made a higher low. We also, we could come in down in here, but I'm looking for retracements into here before I get in, just because the stock is at all time highs. And I mean, that'd be crazy, a crazy return from, $8 to 100. Oh, and then here's some treats for Bavik and everyone. Here's a few ones that I've been looking at. This one, Big Bear AI. It's a little smaller project, but they deal with AI computing and AI technology. It's basically a little company right now, but there's a lot of upside because there are a lot of companies that they're joining with. And I mean their high is 16, and we're down here at $6. And I mean look what's already happened, guys. Like we literally have come down all the way to $5 where we could have gotten in. Boom, shot up, came down, boom, shot up. And right now I'm still kind of leading because I want to see us. If we don't continue to break and make higher highs, higher lows, I want us to come lower. And where could I see Big Bear AI come, right? We have this weekly that we never came and made a higher low at. We made a higher high, higher low, and then, we failed to make a higher high, but we also didn't sweep. And I feel like we could sweep this liquidity to make that higher low to then, sweep because we got to sweep that internal, then external. You know how it goes. What is what called? What's what called, Mary? I just saw that. What's what called? Also, here's another one. This one is critical metals. This one is literally a stock based off of metals that we trade. So copper, silver, gold, platinum, literally everything. And it's a stock. And I was looking at it and I saw that, the high was 32. It, the opening price over here, $10. Nobody really cared about it. Nobody really cared about it. And then what happened here? Boom, boom, we just started ping ponging, like crazy. The stock you're talking about AI. Oh, It's right here. It's called Big Bear AI. It's a company that basically they just deal with AI computing. I can go a little bit more into it, and I can send details in the chat, and I will. I'll send you all those stocks in the chat. But um, basically, I just anything AI and computing right now doesn't really have to matter exactly what it is. I want to know that the company is got a good foundation, that they've got a good goal, and that they, obviously have a purpose in mind with it. It's not just like a company starting up and then disappearing. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would have to send you all the details because I mean, I'll have to go in and read more because I'm just really, really heavy on AI right now, and it's been really good. AI stocks have been really good for me. I'll put it that way. They've had a good return. Um, but Neri, if you need to hit me up on the side, and I'll explain more to you about it. But here's another one: the critical metals. We had this massive, massive push up, and I mean, guys, I got in twice as we came into my zones. Obviously, we were close to a daily, so I didn't really care about pulling the trigger. I did pull the trigger here, and then I pulled again here, and I mean, we ripped to the upside, 15, $16, and then we're coming back down. But I still think we have a pretty good rip up after we come back down. Rip up to these higher levels at 32, and then last one I was looking at, guys, was this one, this Nuclear Power Corporation. Basically, they're a stock that, or a company, sorry, a company that deals with nuclear power. Basically, um, they're building an entire industrial warehouse and manufacturing nuclear energy efficient uh, like products, um, and it's really interesting that they're using nuclear power for it. I would it strikes my interest, and then this was something that was crazy to me is we opened down here, we dropped below opening price, but people started to get interested, and so I'm waiting. I want to see us pull a little bit lower into these $9 area. Um, I just like this $9, $8 area. Um, so I mean, I would wait, guys, until it pulls down a little bit lower. But I mean, that's pretty much all I got. Um, that's all I got, Bob. I don't know if you have anything else you want to look at, or you had
Um,
anything else.
no, I was going through the majors, and everything looks, honestly, my main focus on from what I saw is going to be on the indices and goals going for the rest of the week. I didn't really like how any of the majors were setting up personally. We still have some trades that were running from past sessions. I know we were talking about the metals. Just want to share something of the type of entries that we get to catch over here. Um, Copper. Austin, do you remember when I was telling everyone like
Yes,
this was the
bro.
low?
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, and full TP was smashed. More than full TP was smashed. This was a definitely a trade where you just buy and hold for sure and forget about it. It's sitting at a
Yeah.
1 to 64. But yeah, no, everything looks solid. Appreciate you, Austin. You guys got some insights on some stock companies. He's always on top of that. And yeah, we already talked about, I just want to review gold because that was something we were looking at. Um, let's go in a smaller time frame here. So it looks like gold is going to be doing what we spoke about, how I mentioned to be cautious of selling. This was a potential zone, but just to be cautious because silver has that room to go up a little bit higher, which is why I can see gold, if we are going to get some sells, doing something like this and then us coming down. If you do catch your shorts, look at how volume is printing, and then you can definitely swing this down into the gap. Speaking of volume, something I want to share with you guys that was pretty textbook today. The shorts. You guys can see we have this engulfing volume, engulfing candle coming right next to it. Our signature trap candle that we look for. If we see that volume's on our side, there's no reason that we don't attempt to play this. And this worked out perfectly for the sells, and even this worked out for the buys. And then what's cool is if you go on to the 15-minute, you had another candle inside of here, stop taking at the high, and you could have caught the sell again. So sell to buy to sell, and your target was easily the imbalance. That's your obvious one, and then any sort of liquidity, which you did have right here. And remember, with gold, it loves its break and retest. So if you have motive and reason in the market to continue in the direction, like this one, this could have been a easy tight stop to short this down, take out the liquidity, because look what it did. Right after it took it out, it rallied back up. So just want to share that with you guys, just because price action looked pretty cool and interesting just to study on that. Since if you guys know how I trade, I love my trap candles, and this was just pretty textbook to play off of. Other than that, guys, definitely appreciate you guys all hopping on. Remember, none of this was financial advice. If you guys did get some value, feel free to reach out to us. And there's plenty of other educators that will be going live on YouTube for the rest of the week. So tune in, whether it's crypto related, stocks related, futures, currency trading. We do all in Powerhouse. Austin, definitely appreciate you hopping on here, bro. And with that, we'll call it a night. Take care, everyone.